This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
The next match is a triple threat for the WWE title. It's John Cena defending against Chris Jericho and Christian on the June 6th Raw. John Cena is Raw GM Eric Bischoff's first pick in the draft. Cena is introduced as Raw's newest member in Chris Jericho's segment, the highlight reel, but Christian interrupts and calls Cena a poser. And this was a continuation of a run-in they had at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, where Cena and Christian had a little bit of a back and forth, and Christian is going to claim that he is a better rapper than Cena. And at the time, Cena was a member of SmackDown. Christian was on Raw. Cena, of course, rebuts Christian's comments, does a bit of a freestyle about Christian, which then leads to a brawl. The same evening, Cena enters a feud with Bischoff by refusing to participate in Bischoff's war against ECW at One Night Stand. And then on June 13th, the day after that pay-per-view, Bischoff books a title match between Christian and Cena at Vengeance. Although Jericho protests the idea of Christian being the contender to face Cena for the title. Later that night, Cena and Jericho are in a tag match against Christian and Tyson Tomko. Of course, Cena and Jericho win. And after the match, Jericho turns on Cena and attacks him. And then Bischoff changes the original match between Cena and Christian to be a triple threat match, which gets us here. 15 minutes and 19 seconds. Cena picks up the win. Tomko is here too. That's a name that we haven't spent a ton of time talking about. Why? You know, and I know sometimes it's a little weird to try to piece all this together. Why did we think, or why did creative think that Christian needed something else? He needed a quote unquote heater. He needed a heavy. He needed a Tyson Tomko. Who thought Christian needed something for his presentation? And how did Tyson Tomko get the nod?
I don't know that anybody thought that Christian needed it. It was more along the lines of Tomko needed something to introduce him so that Tomko could become a player. He was a big guy with an interesting look. He had a good aptitude for the business. He was really busting his butt and trying to get to the next level. And the feeling was, well, let's put Tomko with a talent that could maybe bring that out of him, bring more of that personality out of Tomko. And it was more for Tomko than it was for Christian. It wasn't about giving Christian a heater. It was about giving Tomko a seasoned star to be able to go in and show him the ropes and be able to give him credibility. So that position was more one of building Tomko than it was enhancing Christian.
Well, here we are. Tomko is kicked out of the ringside area earlier in the match, but of course he's going to return to assist Christian. The first segment of the match was standard triple threat wrestling, according to Wade, with one-on-one action in the ring while one wrestler was on the outside. The 5-minute finishing sequence involved some well-timed sequences and convincing near falls, which led to the dramatic finish where Cena lifted Christian for an FU, spun his feet into Jericho to knock him out of the ring, and then hit the FU on Christian for the win. 3.5 stars. You know, a lot of old school guys say, man, these 3-way and 4-way, these are all giant clusterfucks. What'd you think of this one? Cena, Christian, and Jericho, 15 minutes here.
I thought it was damn good, and it told a good story as well. The idea here was to build John Cena even more and get John Cena into that positioning where he's the top guy and he's going to be. I thought it was good, and I thought it was good utilization of every single person in the match. You got Jericho and Christian, who had known each other, and they had good chemistry, and everyone had good chemistry individually with each other. So the three of them thought they pulled off an excellent match and told a really good story to take us to John Cena being the man. And that was the story of the triple threat.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.